Hello everyone, it's me, Anthony Couch, a guitarist on YouTube. It seems to me everyone wants to get faster on guitar. We all listen to those shred gods and we want to copy what they do. This video today is aimed at two kinds of people. Type of person number one, you've achieved all your speed goals and you're thinking, well, what do I actually do with all this technique? And person number two, you're still on the journey, the quest for shred speed, and you're thinking, what am I going to do with this when I reach my goals? So I'm just going to get straight into it. This video is a demonstration on one way of incorporating speed into your playing. Of course, I am of the opinion that there is a time and a place for a 5-minute long song where there's 1,000,000 notes per second. That's thrilling, exciting music and that's totally fine, but that's not the angle that I'm getting at today. Here's a chord progression. E minor, A minor 7, G. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Sticking in the key of E minor, everyone's favourite key. Over those chords, I had some options to make. I thought I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm going to stick with the chord tones. Over E minor, I just play an E, the root note. Then I go down and I play the 5th, which is a B. Then as the chord changes, I just play the root note A, and then the root note G. Here's my melody. Really simplistic stuff. Too simplistic, but it's a good starting point. That's a vital point that I want to make today, that if you think melody first, chords first, strong notes first, chord tones, then the shred stuff is the filler stuff. It's not going to end up playing the guitar for you. All that shred technique, all those licks that you've learned from videos and your favourite artists, you're not just going to be regurgitating those because you came from a melody first approach. Now my melody's boring. So what about if I just add a little bit of guitar pizzazz to it? In other words, slides, bends, vibrato, and just some minor stuff. It sounds like this now. So we're getting there. That's a nice melody. I would record that melody. That's melody. Okay then. It's not fast though and it's not shred. I've built up a little bit of speed. I want to show that off. I like the excitement that that brings to music. So I don't want to overtake what I've just created though. So let's say that I've established that as a melody and then later on in my song or my solo, I want to include some shred. So first things first. I'm not going to do it down there. You can shred on any fret you want, but let's be honest, shred tends to happen around fret 9 and above. So let's take the melody from down there, the easy 1 note per chord melody, and take it an octave higher. And I actually mess around with the octaves a little bit further, but it results in this. Now that's the same notes. That's just root note to the 5th of E minor, root note of A minor, down to the, down to the root note of G major, but I put those an octave higher. Whereas there, they were lower than where I found the E. Anyway, that's pointlessly in depth. Because now, if I've got those notes, they're the dots. They're the dots. Connect the dots. Okay, I'm sure you've done those. You got a dot and you draw a straight line. Straight lines are boring. Fill in where should be a straight line with a shred lick that you've memorized, that you're really confident with. I'm going to go with this one. to join my root note to the 5th of the chord. Earlier it was just this. Whoops. Whereas now, that's a shred lick. It's a Paul Gilbert shred lick that I completely stole. But I'm doing it within the context of my melody. Bit sloppy, but you get the idea. So now I've got to get from this B all the way up to that A. That was my melody earlier, from B to A. Now it's B to A. What do? I go something like that. I just do a little alternate picked run. What do I actually do? I go B, and I do a little alternate pick run, 3 note per string, ending on a big impactful bend to my target note, my dot. But instead of drawing that boring straight line of just going, I've now got, yeah, a bit sloppy, but you get the idea. The line is, and now I've got to get from this note to that note. I've just remembered that I don't actually play the G where I thought I did before. That's okay, it's only music. That's my target note, from A to that G. And I've just remembered that because I go like this. Or some weird, what do I do? Something like that. I can't remember the licks that I come up with, but you'll get a good impression of it when you listen to the backing track. With me doing the thing, the shred version of it, it sounds like this. Okay, hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully that my point is coming across. I was going to edit out all those little thought patterns and mistakes that I made today, but I'm not going to. I'm just a person. It's really important, I think, if you're going to do the shred stuff, to still think about target notes. You know, people talk about note choice. That's what I take to mean from that. Used to be a phrase that used to wind me up, note choice. They've got a good note choice. I thought, oh, they're just scales. They didn't choose any notes. They're playing an E minor pentatonic scale, you know, that's just the notes. But no, it's the note choice over the chord changes. And then if you think about it in that nice analogy of dots, join the dots. You know, everyone else will be drawing like an elephant, won't they? Because they're sticking with the straight lines. Yours is going to still have form because it's got the dots in all the right places, but you're going to be taking the scenic route, the shred route. I hope today made sense. I had fun talking about it. Keep shredding, keep practicing, and just nail those chord tones. Thank you, and thank you to these names who support me on Patreon. That's really nice of them. And I will see you all in the next video.